A very warm welcome to Influencers Inc. Joining me for this very special conversation is Simran Balar Jain. Thank you very much, Simran, for joining us today on the Influencers Inc. For all those who don't know, Simran has very honest conversations on a large variety of taboo topics that people don't want to talk about. And she's going to talk about just that on this interview. So thanks very much, Simran, for joining us today. Tell us a little bit about how you picked your niche and what really drew you to talk about these topics that people don't want to really address on public platforms.
So first of all, thanks for having me over here. It's like a very big opportunity for me as well. So how I picked up this niche is basically when I was a content creator, I started off with like fashion, beauty, lifestyle, travel. Like I knew that I had to be a content creator, but I didn't know what type of content creator I had to be. So I was like, okay, fine. Since I come into the lifestyle sector, let me try exploring each niche for like a couple of months till I figure out, what is that, that particular niche which my audience is actually liking. And then I think for a year, I just kept experimenting. And finally, I was just, scrolling YouTube one night and I saw a couple of international creators where they were talking about all these sex ed topics and everything. Obviously, now it's not easy for me to talk about sex ed, at least in India, because I knew how the reaction is going to be. So I'm like, okay, but will be like, let me just give it a try. And I put my first video and I got an immense response. And I think after that, there was no stopping. Every time when I started uploading a video, every time I just kept on improving the topics. And that's how like I picked up my niche. And this niche, I knew that it is not everybody's cup of tea. Like obviously, like not everybody will have so much guts to talk about hygiene or sexual health on a public platform in India. And that's when I took an initiative that, since there's like only a limited number of creators, I think I can make a mark there. So that's how I chose my niche.
So, Simran, tell us a little bit about how you choose the topics that you talk about, because within this, large area of taboo that you spoke about, there are so many different kind of topics out there that people don't know about, or people are, don't have that much knowledge about. So, tell us a little bit about how you pick your content. Is there a strategy that you follow?
So, the main strategy for my niche, what I follow is I have like many conversations with my mom. Now, as I talk to her, I get to know, okay, these are the also topics are there. And also you guys know, right, when we all girls hang out and when we have night outs, everybody starts talking about their sexual health stories, sex stories, or just, those intimate conversations start coming. So I'm like, okay, fine. So I start picking up conversations from our topics from there, and I go back and do a complete research. So once I write my content, so once suppose I shortlist the topics. So once the shortlisting of topics are done, then I make sure that I do a detailed research. Then I make sure that I once the content is written, I make sure that I verify it with my gynecologist friends, because these are all crucial topics, right? And it's very important for me to verify it with them before I put out to a large audience. So I do that. And that's all. Like, I mean, these are the only things I get topics from. And another strategy is I consume a lot of content. The more I consume, the more I get ideas. Like I keep scrolling on YouTube, or I read a lot of blogs, articles, and then I get to know, okay, these are the topics where it interests people. I think I need to tap on this. So that's how I do my strategy building and content writing and everything.
Simran, I want to understand one topic. When it comes to criticism, there's a lot of criticism that also floats around when you talk about these taboo topics. So how do you deal with this criticism?
I think this is one of the questions which most of the creators also ask me, like, since we are just doing like fashion, beauty, lifestyle, and still we face so much hate, I can't understand like how much you are going through. So I've always believed, like I've always been, you need to be thick skinned when you are in this field, particularly. Now, when I'm talking about all these things, I just follow a strategy that, if there's any negative comment, all I have to do is just block and move on. And right, like Instagram has come up with like so many safety features. You have like comments control. You can just go put certain words you think, okay, these are the words which, might affect you. So you can just go and put the comment controls there. Second thing is like the new feature is like block all options. So before, this option was not there. It just came like a month ago. So when you block a particular person, even if they create any new account, they still won't be able to figure out, like, I mean, they won't be able to follow you or watch your content. So there are a lot of safety features which Instagram has come up with. And apart from that, you will also have to be very, very strong. I mean, there are few comments, right? Like, if from my experience, if I say, especially for the female creators, even if they get a comment like, she's so fat, she's looking so ugly, I've seen creators like they stop their entire content creation journey also. You shouldn't do that. I mean, all you can do is, if that's affecting you, just block and move on, because people are there. Love and hate is equal here. So focus on what the positivity you're getting. And obviously, good criticism is always taken care of.
Right. Simran, tell us a little bit about how you see your content evolving over the next couple of months, because every creator we speak to has some sort of roadmap in terms of where their content is leading to, or what is the kind of future ambitions that you have in terms of content creation. So tell us a little bit about how you see yourself evolving.
So I think what I would say is, like, since I'm following a particular niche, like, which is women hygiene and sexual health as of now, and I've kept switching niches. So I think probably after 3 or 4 months, I will be shifting to another niche, probably finance. So that's another thing I want to, because there are so many female out there who are earning well, but they don't know how to manage their finances. So I think that is one topic I would hit upon. But obviously, I wouldn't leave this. Probably for a couple of months, I would just put it on hold to focus on my other niche. Second thing is diversify my content. Basically, whatever I've been creating, like, diversify to other platforms like YouTube, MX Takatak, all these things where I'm active on. I think diversification will also help in, cross promotion of all your social media accounts. So yeah, these are the things which I'll be focusing on.
Okay, Simran, on that note, we'll do a quick rapid fire with you. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. What, in your opinion, are 3 important topics which are considered taboo in India?
Sex ed, obviously. Talking about anything which is, like, related to your mental health, like, not easily people open up. And the third one would be not able to get it. But yeah, these 2 are the ones which.
Okay. Your top 3 favorite influencers at this point?
So, top 3 in India, it would be Pure Biceps, and in international, it would be there's this creator Noordian. So I'm not able to pronounce the name, but this is one of them. And third one is again an international creator, Leonida.
Okay. If you had to pick one favorite cuisine, which would it be?
Cuisine would be North Indian.
Okay. One creator that you'd like to collaborate with?
I would love to collaborate with that international creator, Noordian.
Okay. You said that finance is is the next go-to thing that you want to do. So top 3 topics in finance that you'd like to talk about?
About mutual funds, about NFTs, which is trending. And the third thing would be about personal finance.
Okay. If you could tell us a little bit about what would you rank in order of your preference? Transition reels, dance reels, comedy reels?
Like, I should rank it like 1 to 3.
Yeah.
It would be comedy reels first, because people love like entertainment. Comedy, transition, and then dance.
Okay. What is the most asked query that you receive? The one big question that comes to you from your viewers?
So the biggest question I have is, like, how do we grow as a creator? I mean, that's one of the most important questions. And apart from that, there are a lot of, like, personal health queries, but I don't take that into consideration, because we don't take any consultations, nor, like, I am a certified doctor who can give personal consultations. But what I do is, for few people, I recommend it to a couple of gynecologists who they can fetch help with.
Okay. What is your 2022 resolution?
My resolution is obviously, like, a very common one: fitness. I'm going to be focusing on that. So that's the most important resolution for 2022.
Okay. And finally, if you could describe yourself using one emoji, which would it be?
The There's this one emoji, white color one, where the hands are up and the legs are down. I think that's the most used emoji. I feel it's a very happy vibe emoji. So I think I'll describe myself with that.
All right. Okay. On that note, thank you very much, Simran, for joining us today. It's been a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you so much for your time.